Hello, good morning, all. Uh, a great morning to all of you. And we have our Ravinandan Pratap Singh. He is a architect from Ireland, Dublin, and we will talk today about the import-export business. He has a vast knowledge about import-export businesses. He is currently in Ireland only. So let's move to Ravinandan ji, and he will tell about more. So, welcome Ravinandan ji in our BA platform. BA is one of the organizations where people come from every village and every block of Bihar, and they started their business. We are helping people to grow their business free of cost by mentoring, by hand holding, and all those. And a lot of people are very much eager to know about the import export business. So I think you are the right person to tell them how we can move forward in that business.
Yeah.
So you can let's listen from Ravinandan ji itself. Welcome, sir.
First of all, thanks a million, Sachin ji, for inviting me to BEA. It's the Bihar Entrepreneurs Association portal. And first and foremost thing, I would like to pass my sincere gratitude to entire BEA team and a very special thanks to the Secretary General of BEA, Abhishek ji, for your tremendous work to promote a startup culture in Bihar for more than a decade now. So I follow you guys thoroughly. Your overwhelming effort has a significant contribution in taking the startup yatra from Gaon to global. So you have reached out almost every nook and corner in Bihar and now focusing to the international market. And you have reached out to many other countries, as per my discussion with Abhishek ji, and kind of helping the people in Bihar how they can grow and promote their startup businesses and how they can settle there. So, good afternoon, Bihar, and also good morning, Dublin. It is just 7:30 a.m. here in Dublin, and we are doing this discussion on export and import. And mostly we are going to focus export today because export business will bring more and more revenue and will strengthen our economy, not only for Bihar, but for India as well. Okay. So we need to promote export more over import. Okay. So thank you so much for watching and listening to me today. Okay. Before we come to the today's topic, uh, let me introduce myself, as you said. Okay, so मेरा नाम रविनंदन प्रताप सिंह है और मैं इसी बिहार की मिट्टी से हूँ. I was born and raised in Majaria and Buxar. It's a village in Buxar district, and have traveled a long journey across India and 15 different countries to explore my strength. It's been more than 11 years for me staying outside of India and have been working as a solution and enterprise architect on several IT solutions within UK and Ireland. So today I'm going to talk about export trade opportunity outside of India, especially focusing on UK's and Ireland international market. Okay. So why UK and Ireland? Because I lived here for more than 10 years, 11 years. So I have a good exposure on of the market on a grassroots level as a consumer because we go to the shop, we buy things, we buy most of the Indian products here. Okay, so we understand what are the demand, what are the supply, what are the prices, and so on. Okay. Next thing is soon India is going to have a free trade agreement and preferential trade agreement between India and UK. Okay, there is a news around everywhere. Earlier this year, we were talking about preferential trade agreement or free trade agreement. India is trying very hard to get free trade agreement with many countries, like they did recently with Australia. Okay, so that will bring more and more revenue, will lower the tariff and get a better cost for the exporters. Uh, Purchasing power and per capita income is much higher in UK and Ireland. Okay, London has the highest number of visitors in the world, and they have a big spending capacity. So if they like the thing, they don't mind spending. Okay, so these are the main reasons, and so because I am already living here and have a good exposure, I chose these markets to kind of talk about today in our show today. Okay, so for Bihar, okay, so we must know, like other Indian states, Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, etc. Also, Bihar has a great opportunity to take their products and services to the international market and earn a good profit. And when I talk about the services, right, we have a very good resource set. That's our strength. That's the strength of a Bihar.
We are also famous for lychee, mango, makka,
Yeah, yeah.
makhana, as well as handmade products from the different corners of Bihar.
Yes. So I'm coming to that. Okay. So exporting your products and services is not only going to help getting a good margin for yourself, but also help in boosting Bihar's and India's revenue. Okay. The rise in India's export could be attributed largely to the growth momentum in advanced economies and the resultant increase in global import demand. So every country, okay, they go to at the moment, the entire Europe, including UK, they have a better solution. Let's go to China. Why not to go to India? Why not go to Bihar? So that's the momentum we need to create. Okay, because they should not have other second option opinion. They should choose India over any other countries. So we need to kind of export more and more. Okay, uh, so this is going to basically we should also grab this opportunity for the betterment of Bihar as well as India. तो चलिए आज हम लोग मेन टॉपिक पर आते हैं. So there are two main important points to start an export business. Okay, and I will be focusing more on export rather than import because export is always helpful for growing the economy and the size of the economy for India and for Bihar both. Okay, so the two important points which I'm going to talk about, one is the procedural related, another is the practical. Okay, so we will talk about these two points in detail. Okay, so procedural में आ जाता है जैसे कि एक्सपोर्ट की शुरुआत कहाँ से करें. बहुत लोगों को अपने यहाँ क्वेश्चन रहता है एक्सपोर्ट मतलब they don't hesitate to go to the Patna market, but they will think, oh, how I am going to go to the London market, right?
Okay.
So इसकी शुरुआत कहाँ से करें, कंपनी कैसे सेटअप करें, क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस लगते हैं, क्योंकि आज के डेट में देयर आर यूज they will keep wondering, okay, what all documentations I will require to set up my company or to start the export business, right? इंडिया के ट्रेड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, डेस्टिनेशन कंट्री के ट्रेड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन एक्सेट्रा, राइट. और जब प्रैक्टिकल पॉइंट में आते हैं हम लोग, देन वी टॉक अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज, हाउ टू सिलेक्ट प्रोडक्ट्स, ओके, how to select the market, where can I find the buyers, okay, who can buy my product, right? What are the government policies and benefits which can help to reduce the kind of a hassle and kind of increase the margin, increase the profit, etc. Okay, so we will focus on all these points in our today's discussion. Okay, at any point of time we have to be export ready. Okay, and for that we have to take care of like selection of the product, selection of the market, company setup, documentations and all those. Okay, so let me go through all this one by one. Okay, how to select a product. So there are some analysis done, like there are some scientific way and there are some common sense way. Okay, so for example, SWOT analysis, many exporters they do the SWOT analysis. Okay, so SWOT, S
Yes.
stands for strength. So what is your strength, what you can produce more and more. Okay, for Bihar, as you said, lychee, right, we have sattu. These all are strength, these cannot be found anywhere else, right? What is your weakness, what is the opportunities lying there, right? What is the threat, Okay, in terms of the business I'm talking about. So SWOT analysis can be used to select your product. Then the other method comes a market research. Okay, so we have so many online websites, social medias like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. These are the online medium which can help to do your market research in order to select a product. Okay. Also, we need to look at the product in demand in the destination country. So destination country, for example, producing themselves that particular product, then they won't be able to, they won't be buying it from outside of their country, right? They will be taking it from internal. Yeah, because that would be cheaper for them. If somebody is going to buy anything from outside of their country, that definitely that means they do not produce those things, right? So product in demand in the destination country. Then comes to the genuine supplier for ourselves, for the people in the Bihar. For example, there are two types. One is like you are a product manufacturer, or you take things from somebody. For example, Haldiram mixture, right? For example, some pickle. For example, MDH ka masala, or something you produce yourself. Like you said, we have, let's suppose, so many wooden articles. We have showpieces. There are there are n number of items which we do produce ourselves. So wherever we produce ourselves, if the product is our, then we are king. If we do not produce ourselves, we need to buy it from somewhere, then we need to find a genuine supplier, so that after your trade is agreed, you should not be kind of lacking behind in getting the demand fulfilled, right? So that is the also one of the way. Okay, then based on my research, what all items which I am going to talk about today in our show, like they are better fit for UK and Ireland market. Okay, precious and semi-precious stones. Okay, furniture bedding mattresses, electronic and electrical equipment, articles which are called as showpieces, monuments of stones, plasters, cements, and wooden mutia, decorative items. Okay, copper articles and copper utensils also. Copper utensils is quite kind of it looks very fancy here, because most of the people they use glass here or ceramic. So copper utensils would be a very good attribute. Wood, koila, carpets and textile flooring, sugar and sugar confectionery, leather bags, home decor, furniture, garments, clothings, and apparels. Recently, I have seen like a Bihar government is promoting leather and garments, textile businesses, because we are kind of getting a good grip on those. So let's promote it. Let's promote to reach out to the not only other states in India, but to international market. Okay, footwear, fish and marine products, plastic articles, pharmaceuticals, medicines, iron and steel, eco-friendly packaging made of papers. So this is also a very good item, okay, which is in trend worldwide as part of Go Green campaign to get rid of plastics, because everybody is saying go green, go green, go green, and reduce the usage of plastic, the usage of plastic. So eco-friendly packaging is quite important. Okay, if we can produce it on a larger scale, we can reach out to the international market and export them. There are some small budget export items as well, which you don't need a big budget to start your business with. Okay, you don't need to have a 50 lakh rupees to start the business. You can start it in a smaller with a smaller fund. Okay, so perfume, rain umbrella and sun umbrella, walking sticks, traditional clothings. Okay, traditional clothings, which is quite famous here. At least the Indian community across UK and Ireland, they try to get it on the various occasions, Diwali, Holi, and all those, right? So not everybody is traveling to India every day. Coffee, tea, and spices, salt, silk. Silk is quite famous, our Bhagalpuri silk, right? Cereals, dry fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables, mango and lychee, as you said, ready to eat foods and groceries, handmade items. Okay. And the last but not the least, I'm going to tell you the item which is only produced in Bihar, which is called sattu. We are having a sattu liti party here everywhere, right? And sattu tastes very good, very nice, and I'm sure if it is promoted on a scale, it reaches out to the mass. Maximum people will start liking sattu as well. Okay, so these are the items which I have kind of gathered based on my research, talking to various stores and looking at the interest from the people and all those. Okay, so that's the let's move on to the next. Okay, these are the product and product selection criteria, right? Let us look.
Ravinandanji, Ravinandanji, so I would like to stop for 1 second. Some questions are coming from the user side, and
Yeah,
they wanted to know something from your side.
definitely go on.
Uh,
I will have a sip of my tea.
yes, sure. And he want to know how many Bihari are there who will be potential for export opportunities in Ireland.
Biharis are there back in Bihar who will be potential or
No, no.
back
He
in
wanted to know.
Ireland.
He wanted to know how many Biharis are present in Ireland who are doing the same kind of businesses.
Oh, so we know few people from Bihar. They are in the businesses. Okay, either they have opened a restaurant or they are doing this, but not too many. This is where we need to promote. Okay, but in UK we have in Ireland we have a Bihar and Jharkhand group wherein we kind of celebrate our specific festivals. We are planning to celebrate Chhat Puja this year. So we are connected together. At least 200 to 300 people from Bihar. We are kind of connected very tightly here, and we celebrate our festivals. But not many people are in the business. We Most of the people are in job. Either they are in IT, they are in management, or they are in the finance, pharmaceuticals, and all. Okay, UK has a bigger Bihari group. At least I know more than 500,000 people from Bihar. They are connected and they do the same. And yes, that not everybody is in the business, right? We all know that it's a only certain portion, certain percentage of the people from Bihar are in the business. Okay, so because Bihar is mainly known for what? Doing the job. We believe in doing the job. We believe in providing the services. But what if we become an entrepreneur ourselves? This is where we are promoting. Okay. Hope I have answered the question, Sachin ji. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sure. And one of our in Kubi, he has meat export and fish export businesses, fish produce businesses. So he wanted to know from you what are the challenges and opportunity to export fresh meat or egg from Bihar.
This is a very good consideration, first of all. The challenges would be how to get the fresh meat quicker from Bihar to UK or Ireland, right? And then we need to look at the airway to get these things quickly. Like if we do the same thing for vegetables, for the fruits, and all those. Okay, challenges would be I don't see any technical challenges. The main challenges would be finding the buyer, right? Who are already having a set up business, right? But it is not. This is a part and parcel of the export business. At certain point, we have to find a buyer, which any for any product. Okay, exporting a fresh meat is a very good idea, and that can be easily kind of consumed in Irish market as well as in UK market, because here they don't eat goat, they eat lamb, right? And for the people targeting the people from Indian origin, they prefer goat meat, right? So at least that they can be easily convinced. Okay, and the price is, don't ask me, the price is too high. What we buy the goat meat here when we go to the
So the
market.
next question is also from their side. What regulation do I need to comply with in the case of fresh meat or chickens? Anything the regulations will come across. So what are the regulations do I need
So,
to comply with to exporting the meat?
Yeah, I will come to those regulations as well in my discussion. So let me go through, okay, and then I will let me explain all of these, and then we will talk about the okay, food regulations and any other regulations. Like we have for Gulf country we have halal, okay. For
Yes.
European countries we have let me tell you. Uh, it's a GMP, good manufacturing practice. Okay, there are
Yes.
certain, like we have FDA for America. Okay, so all of these regulations we need to go through. I will talk about all this when I
Sure.
will talk about the documentation and certificates. Okay,
Sure.
so let's move on. So next item I was going to cover the after the product. It's a selection of market. Okay, so we need to look at which market I'm going to select, because selection of product and selection of market goes hand in hand. Okay, so as I was explaining, you need to look at the product in demand in that particular destination country. Okay, whether we are targeting UK, Ireland, you are targeting any other country, Japan, you are targeting US or any Gulf countries, Middle East, Oman. So we need to look at what products I can kind of sell there. If at least the product should be in demand in that particular country, right? So an overseas market should be selected after research, covering market size, competition, quality requirements, payment terms, etc. Exporters can also evaluate the market based on the export benefits available for few countries under the FTP, free trade partnership, okay, or preferential trade partnership. Both are there. Export promotion agencies, India, missions abroad, colleagues, friends, and relatives might be helpful in gathering this information. And that's what we will be talking about here. Okay. Sampling, okay, providing customized samples as per the demands of foreign buyers help in getting export orders as per FTP 2015 and 2022. Okay, exports of bona fide trade and technical samples of freely exportable items shall be allowed without any limits. So these all are comes under the sampling. Company setup. Let's talk about the company setup, because I will start from the beginning. I know there are people, they are already in export business or in the business. It's they understand how they have set up the company and how what are the documents are required. But for the people who are going to do newly, okay, to start their organization, so we have several type of companies, like proprietorship, we have partnership, we have LLP, we have private limited company, we have one person company, OPC. If you don't want to have a partner, you want to start your business on your own on a smaller scale, you can go with the one person company. You don't need to have many people in that one. Okay, to set up a company, at least you require two things. One is like current bank account. You need to open a current bank account in one of the bank. Also, you need to have a business PAN card. So these two are important. Then documentations. What all documentations we require for export? Okay. So one is the very important thing is IEC, Import Export Code, जो online भी apply कर सकते हैं. And there is a website, government has provided all this information on the website dgft.gov.in, okay, which is the Directorate General of Foreign Trade, विदेश व्यापार महानिदेशालय. Okay, so on this one we can get the IEC online. We don't need to go to office. We can apply it online. If you have your company set up, you can apply it online. You will get it very quickly. You will get it. Then we have RCMC. RCMC is a registration cum membership certificate, and these can be different for different products. I'm coming to this one now. Okay, so we have a EPC, Export Promotional Council, जो कि RCMC provide करती है. Yeah, and it depends upon the product. Which product you are selecting, the RCMC will be different. Okay, for example, you have agriculture product. Okay, then you need APEDA, APEDA, apeda.gov.in. Okay, there is a www.apeda.gov.in for agriculture and products. Okay, marine and fishery products is MPEDA, mpeda.gov.in. Okay, machinery product, it's a EEPC, Engineering Export Promotional Council. Handicraft products, craft promotional council provides RCMC certificate. So RCMC certificate is a registration cum membership certificate which exporter needs to get it, but it depends upon the product. This may vary. Okay, then comes the next item I'm talking about is a GST, goods and service tax. We all know this, but for export business, The catch here is we don't pay GST. The government pays the GST back to us. So this is what government is giving the benefit to us. Okay. And GST Council provides the GST certificate for free. So this is also a very key point to note. In the export business, GST will be paid back to us. We will pay the GST at the beginning, but once your trade is done, the government is supposed to pay that GST back to us, back to the exporter. Okay. Then we have other documents, and especially these documents are a product for the product manufacturer. So I'll talk about this one as you were asking, like FSSAI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. Okay, they need to certify like your product is made or appropriate or suitable for export. For pharmaceutical, we have authorized drug control. Okay, for if you want to export food items to America, we have to get an FDA certificate, Food and Drug Administration of America. We have a GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice for Europe. We have Halal for Gulf standard. Also, in European countries, in UK and Ireland, we see there is a label. When we buy chicken, when we buy a meat, there is a label says halal, because there are certain communities that don't eat meat if it is not halal. So it has to be halal marked. Okay. Then ISO is quite important, like International Standard Organization. We all know that. Okay. But these are mainly for a product manufacturer. They need to certify their product accordingly. But let's suppose, what if you are not a product manufacturer? You are buying the things from MDH, you are buying the things from Haldiram, you are buying the things from somebody in Patna, local, right? So you need their no objection certificate, because you are going to export it to the outside of India, right? They are making these products considering Indian market, but if they have to make their products considering international market, those products should be ready up to the international standard. So then that comes as a no objection certificate from them, and they will ensure they meet all the criteria with what I told earlier, like based on the country, based on the their regulations. They need to basically fulfill those criteria. So let us talk about the prospect buyers, which is quite important. And I know this is a common challenge in Bihar, especially. I will not say in Gujarat, because Gujarat is way beyond in the business. They prefer to do business rather than to do job. But in Bihar, if you look at most of our young generation, or whoever it is, like who are willing to start the business and at least export business, they wonder, okay, how, while being in the Bihar, how I'm going to find a buyer in the UK? Who is going to listen to me? How to approach? How to connect? How to generate a lead? There are a lot of questions goes through in their mind, and they ultimately get tired and say, okay, it's not for me. But no, we don't need to do that. So there are ways wherein we can find the buyers. Okay, we have to be just following those ways. Okay, so basically, but the main important point here is you need to spend little bit of time. You need to do little bit of research. Okay, it's all time and research. You cannot just find a buyer. Okay, there is somebody sitting out there for you, and you just go and grab it. No, you need to research it little bit. Okay, and there are ways to do it. Okay, for example, online sources like Google, LinkedIn, social media, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody at the moment in Bihar is using Facebook, Instagram, right? They all, so if they are really serious and want to do a business, they can use this in a beneficial way. Okay, they can use the Facebook to get data, more and more data. Okay, then get the buyer list, generate the lead, establish the communication, and convince the buyers until deal is done. Okay, there are overseas chamber of commerces. Contact them as well. There are websites and there are contact details. Those can be contacted. For example, we have a British Chamber of Commerce, we have a London Chamber of Commerce, we have Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. So these can be contacted to get the buyer's detail, because buyers also, for example, if we are Indian and we want to import things, we like our imports also provide their details to Chamber of Commerces in India. To if somebody comes approaches them, they can give their details to them. Okay, then different export promotions councils in India, EPCs, So Export Promotion Council, that is their main responsibility to kind of help every exporter to get a buyer, to get the paperwork done, to get a lot of things. So Promotion Council of India is quite helpful. There are B2B websites, there are exhibitions, Trade Promotion Council of India, delegation and travel to the destination country and meet the buyer in person. If you can afford going to abroad, okay, and you can meet the buyer in person, that would be the best. Like then you can kind of create a genuine rapport over the buyer, okay, and you will understand things better while being physically there. Then the most important here is the Indian embassy in UK, in Ireland. They are quite helpful and always ready to support us with their best capacity. So we have here our Indian ambassador, His Excellency, Mr. Akhilesh Mishra in Ireland, Dublin. He does a very hard work to build a India and Ireland relation, or to strengthen it more and more every day. So he's doing so many meetings and kind of promoting it to connecting both the parties from India, from Ireland, and strengthening the relation. So he is quite helpful. Same in UK. Okay, so these Indian embassy can be reached out to get a buyer list because they have all the contact details and they are ready to help. Then also comes trade associations. Okay, trade associations are there, which can be helpful here. Getting a buyer is very important, even in India as well as in international market. In India, at least you always see face to face. You are physically present. You can go. You can travel from Patna to Gujarat if you want to send something to Gujarat within a day. But that is not very easy when you are thinking about London. You need to have a passport. You need to have a visa. You need to have so many other things before you start thinking about the business. So you can do it remotely as well. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so after the buyer discussion, let's move on to the competitive pricing, right? So product pricing is crucial in getting buyers, attention and promotion sales in view of international competition, okay? Because there will be many other people, they will be trying to sell their product or services like we will be doing, right? So how to get a competitive pricing? We cannot be too low, we cannot be too high. We have to be reasonable. We need to convince, because this is a purely sale pitch. How you can do it, and this everybody does. In Bihar also, when you go to the market or you go either to buy or to sell, you are in a sale pitch mode. You try to bargain or you try to sell something, so you need to convince whether it is a small sabji market or big khetan market, right, in Patna. This happens everywhere. So we need to find a competitive pricing. Also, in order to find the competitive pricing, because this is an international thing, you need to calculate so many things. The price should be worked out taking into consideration all the expenses from sampling to realization. Okay, right from the sampling to realization, like your trade is done, you need to look at this, and I need to calculate the cost. Export proceeds with the basis of terms of sale, free of board, cost, insurance. Also, we need to consider one important point is government benefits. In many sectors, government is providing some rebate, like 3%, 2%, 4%, 5%. So that can be used to minimize your cost. For example, there is a product which costs 100 rupees, but somebody is in the market saying, no, I can sell it in a 95 rupees. Then you need to understand how can you bring a 5 rupees down and still sustain in the market and still survive and still be beneficial. So you need to look at, okay, what are the ways? If government is providing any help on that one, definitely I can use that to leverage my cost, to bring the cost down, right? So, and basically there are different duties as well and taxes which government gives the benefits on, okay? So for example, DBK, duty drawback, RODTEP, remission of duties or taxes on export products, TMA, transport and marketing assistance for agriculture products, ROSCTL, rebate of state and central taxes of government for garments. Okay, so these are quite helpful. These discounts or the help from government are quite helpful in order to decide the competitive pricing, in order to calculate the competitive pricing. Okay. However, these benefits keep changing because they are decided as per the government policies. Okay, but still, these benefits helps the exporters to determine the right cost of their product and stay competitive in the market. Then comes negotiation with the buyers, which is a day-to-day job. Now let's talk about the shipping and logistic, right? So there are two ways which we have to follow and select. One is through air, other is through the sea, right? We know that. We need to select the product, for example, fresh vegetable, fresh meat. Somebody asked the question, right? Or anything fruit which cannot sustain more than a week.
And Ravinandan, one more questions from our one of the incubator. He
Yeah.
is very much good in uh, later sector as well as means handicraft sectors,
Hmm.
handicraft products, and he is asking that what are the condition in which IEC code is not required?
IC code for every, as far as I know, I might be wrong here. As if we have to do export business, right? IC code is always required
Okay.
because that is how you are registered with the government body to say that okay, you are one of the exporter of India.
If anyone has do not have IEC code, how can he achieve the IEC code?
If anyone does not have,
IEC code,
hmm?
how can I get IEC code?
It's
And what
very
are the
easy. It's not in the beginning itself. So if you do not have IC code, you need to go to the DGFT website. Okay, Directorate. Let me tell you the full form. Directorate General of Foreign
you
Trade.
have foreign trade? Yes.
www.dgft.gov.in. At the very first page, you will see apply for IC online. Okay, so for that you have to have your company set up. So if you have your company, if you have your PAN card, you have a bank account, you are done. You will get the IC code within a week, I believe. The government is promoting export culture, like Narendra Modi vision, so Nawaz Hussein's vision, like to get maximum, revenue growth. To
He is in footwear industry as well as his textile industry also. He is
Yeah,
making his own products and he is very renowned known in Bihar.
wow. So so getting the IC code is quite easy nowadays. Okay, it used to be difficult in olden days. I cannot talk about, but nowadays I know that this is quite easy. This is what I'm hearing everywhere. When I see YouTube videos, when I do my own research, I hear that okay, getting IC is not a big deal nowadays. Okay, so hope I have answered the question. Let's move to the shipping and logistics. So by air and by sea. Okay, by sea. So by sea, again, like us and like you, there are so many other uh, exporters. We are in the queue to book their containers or to book the cargo. Okay, whether it is a air one or whether it is a sea one. Okay,
Super.
so we need to be proactive. Once you are close to realization, you need to book it. If it is a sea, you know that coming any item from India to UK, London through sea, it takes at least 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So you need to book the container in advance and be proactive on that one. Okay. Also, if it is going through air, so this is one of the important logistic which we need to we need to take care of. Also, there are ports. Okay, nearest port. For example, I would think of maybe it is in Calcutta. So there we can, like people from Bihar, they can go to book these
Containers.
those containers from Calcutta. Or we have Delhi, like Tughlakabad Fort in Delhi. A port is quite a big one. We have few in Punjab as well. We have Mumbai, from where things are shipped even within the India. Let's suppose Tughlakabad. I believe from there they might be taking the container via rail to Mumbai, and then from there they might be shipping it. I don't know, like they might be doing it from Gujarat as well, because we have ports there as well, big ports. In UK, we have a big port, for example, ports of Flexito. Okay, it's quite a big one. It's like it controls itself 48% of their export and import uh, business. Okay, Port of London, Port of Liverpool, Port of Southampton. We have in Dublin, we have a Dublin port. We have one more port, which are use for businesses purposes. So these are the items. Apart from this, there are other item like, okay, that can be discussed, or somebody, if they have a question, they can reach out to me through BEA. If they have any question like, what happens if confirmation of order is happening, how to agree the
Now,
payment terms, because
if
yeah.
if you are able to see the screen now, the question coming from Dilshad Alam: how
Uh-huh.
can small businesses in Bihar willing to export their product compete with dominant position of China and export globally? So we all know China product is everywhere, not in India as well as Ireland and UK also. So we want to know how can we comply with these products and how compete with these products from Bihar product.
Sorry, I did not get his question. How can he
Small businesses in Bihar willing to export their product compete with dominant
compete?
position, yes, in China in export globally, because China product is everywhere, you know.
Why China product is everywhere? Because they have reduced their cost to manufacture the product. They
Yes.
work very hard. That's what I understand. Okay, there are many Chinese colleagues we used to meet here as well in UK, and the the key formula there is they are hardworking, and we have to be hardworking. We need to minimize the cost. If you minimize the cost of your product, you can compete anywhere in the world. For example, to make a footwear, right? If I spend 500 rupees, I cannot sell it in 400. I need to sell it in 550. But if I spend 200 rupees, I can sell it in a 250, 300, 400. So, and there are items which for example, China cannot do it, right? And even they do it. This happens everywhere. Even in the sabji market, there are so many stalls of aloo. They are selling aloo, right? It doesn't mean like one is selling, other one is not selling. Everybody is selling in the sabji mandi, right? Same in the
Yep.
clothing markets, garment markets as well. Ketan market, so many shops of saris. Same in jewelry. So the key formula here is we need to be productive. We need to be hardworking to get the cost reduced, the manufacturing cost reduced as much as it is possible. If we spend too much in spending, manufacturing, we can't bring the cost down. Otherwise, we will be in the loss. We will be in the loss there. So to compete with Chinese market, that's what comes the competitive pricing. So whenever you are reaching out to buyer, the buyer is not going to just buy like that. They will negotiate. They will say, look, for getting for example, a chai patti or atta, we buy a atta here, Ashirwad, Pilswari. Some of the stores are selling in 15 euro for 10 kilo. For 15 euro, as in it will be 1200, 1300 rupees for 10 kilo atta, right? Uh, Now they are increasing the
But the
price.
but the price in India itself for 10 kilo flour is completely 5 to 600 only,
Yeah. So, but
which
we
is
need to look
two
at
times
the.
more, which is 2 times more in Ireland.
Yeah, so for some of the product it is 2 time, 3 time more. For some of the product it is 10 time more comparing to
Okay.
Indian market. Okay, uh, especially spices. The spices are quite costly here because nobody else is providing the spices.
Mhm. So
Okay,
there is a
so
big opportunity in spices.
huh?
There is a big opportunity in spices there.
Yeah, big opportunities. No, even all these the wooden articles, the showpieces, the monuments. There are anything handmade is quite valuable. If somebody is knitting the sweater,
Yes.
like that will go quite costly comparing to somebody is going to market and buy it ready-made. Here people give more value to handmade, handcraft items, especially the British people or the Irish people. Even though if there is a small fair exhibition, and you go and say that, look, these are the handmade, the crafts I have brought to, uh, they will be kind of preferred more over the ready-made ones. Handmade items, the value. Okay, sweater is also an example. In Bihar, in our local area, like most of our ladies, they know sweater knitting, right? And that
Yes.
that could be also a very good item to be considered.
Even I have seen some of the websites start selling their charpai in UK.
Yes, yes. Charpai as well. Charpai,
Yes,
blankets. People from Punjab and Jammu and that side, they bring cheap blankets from Jammu and those areas like Ludhiana and all, because we have a big
big
textile and
textile
yeah,
manufacturing into that.
yeah. So they bring from there to UK and Ireland. So if you have to be if you are considering these items, these are very good candidate for our export business. So this is what I wanted to cover in today's topic. There are again, if we go in detail, like quality control, like payment term, procurement of goods and all, there is again, we can open another thread and discuss. But
Yes,
anyone, if they
we,
have a question, they can definitely reach out to me through BEA, and we can definitely work together and answer the question. Labeling, packaging and making, insurances, risk coverage, all of those these topics are there which we can explore further.
a, a last question from Ravinandan. We are very much eager to know about the packaging process because we know we have a bulk products available in Bihar, but we cannot package properly to send this product to Ireland or some other
Mhm.
countries. So packaging is one of the most important thing in export businesses.
Yeah.
So
It
if
is
we
not
are
the most, I would say. Look, packaging, if you have a product, for example, you are the king. Packaging and all will be handled. It's not something which is artificial intelligence there. Packaging can be handled very easily. Okay. We have to have the product. If somebody is there, we need to promote them. Yeah, go on, please.
for our inquiry of fish, meat, and chicken export,
Yeah,
their packaging should be a different level. Then only
definitely.
yeah, for then
Definitely.
only he can able to export these products to Ireland or UK.
You are right. But getting that done
And
is very difficult.
the transportation should be also very picky here because
Yeah.
if we transfer through ship, then it would be take 5 or 6 weeks,
No, it
and
cannot. You cannot.
it
So
will
as
be
I
it will be rotten in some ways.
yeah, yeah. So as I told, any fresh item, whether it is vegetable, fruits, meat, any fresh items, unless it is frozen.
Yeah,
So meat can be frozen as well. But I'm talking about fresh item. They cannot choose the sea route. They have to come through the air cargo.
air cargo.
Yes. So and this is
Yes,
happening every day, Sachin ji. This is happening every day. There is a huge amount of vegetable, fruits, meat items are coming from India to UK and Ireland on a daily basis.
daily basis.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, Ravinandan ji, for today's discussion. Definitely, we will open another thread on next another sessions for discussing about more about packaging and movement or tracking or transporting on the packages. It is also a point to discuss. So definitely, we will come on the next session.
Mhm.
And it is a great knowledge that you have shared with us.
Thank you. At
Thank
last, I
you.
would like to say, uh, and to promote our exporters back in Bihar, like well begin, half done. Once you start properly, you are half done. So you need to promote yourself. Do not discourage. And of course, you have so many questions which can be answered easily, okay, or can be researched. And कहीं ना कहीं से शुरुआत करनी है. ठीक है. तो कौन कहता है कि आसमान में सुराग नहीं हो सकता? एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो. Wish you
Obviously.
all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ravinandan ji. Thank you very much.